All right, so here I pick up pocket aces, and again, my thinking is that people are not going to make big folds, and I think Callie's going with a lot of the hands he's opening, so I decide to 3-bet here and go for max value as opposed to just flatting, hoping someone's going to squeeze, because I just don't think people are going to squeeze that light in this situation where it's winner take all. So I made a 490 to his 200, and he puts in a 4-bet.
Oh, wow.
To like 1.2 million, and we can pause it after he does that.
Okay.
So he thinks for a while, and his thinking, even though it worked a few hands ago against Vatsy when he 4-bet the king 10, I really don't like his play because, in my spot as the shorter stack, am I ever really 3-betting light in this spot?
Yeah, I mean, you haven't been 3-betting. You haven't been 3-betting at all, really.
No. So, but the reason, I kind of thought I might get action is the fact that I kind of just doubled up and won that pot from him, and I have a few more chips now. I thought that maybe they might think, okay, I was sort of counting on the fact that they knew my name and thought that okay, now I have some chips, maybe now I'm going to get aggressive or something like that.
Right.
Was my thinking, but I don't really like Callie's 4-bet here, just for the fact that I'm probably not 3-betting light very often. So my thinking now is, okay, how do I get the most value out of this hand? Do I shove on him hoping that he's going with it, like when I shoved my 10s? Or do I slow play thinking that he is probably weak and my best chance of getting more chips is to let him kind of continue? The fact that he had just 4-bet a few hands prior, made me kind of think that, okay, there's a chance that he's 4-betting light, and I think my best chance to get maximum value is to just flat and to let him bluff off more chips or maybe hit a pair. I just didn't think he was calling my shove pre. I try to trust my instincts and gut with as much information as I have, and I'd been playing with him for hours and hours, and I just felt that he was light, and I just thought my best chance of getting more value was by flatting.
Is there any bet you could make here that would induce him to 5-bet you?
I didn't think by 5-betting I was going to get more chips out of him. My thought process was my best way of getting more chips was to just flat and to try and show weakness and to give him a chance to put more chips in.
Right. Okay. That makes sense to me. Yeah, because if you make it 1.8 even, you're still committing a ton of your chips pre-flop.
Yeah, I think it looks strong that way. So, I was interested to see this replay because I was interested to see if I was right or wrong, whether if I had shoved pre-flop, if he would have called. So as you can see, I'm time banking. I was just trying to look as weak as possible to try and get him to bluff off more chips.
Right.
So king 10 8 flop. I'm hoping he got a piece of that. Obviously, I don't mind even racing against a straight draw or flush draw or pair or whatever because I need to get all the chips. He bets really small, which I hated because if he was bet folding, obviously I wanted him to bet more.
Right.
At this point, there's already 3.4 million in the pot. Obviously, I considered just calling to let him bet another street, but I felt that if I just called, it looked even stronger than shoving.
Right.
So I was just hoping that he had a piece of it or a draw or anything that he would have called. If he had any piece, any pair, any